Keep watching till the end of this video where you'll see us surrounded by a herd of 500 bison. We continue our time with our friends from Arkansas and Tennessee in the Black Hills of South Dakota with the conclusion of our visit to Mount Rushmore. The Mount Rushmore National Memorial is a national memorial centered on a colossal sculpture carved into the granite face of Mount Rushmore near Keystone, South Dakota.
The sculpture features the 60-foot tall heads of 4 United States presidents.
George Washington, chosen to represent the nation's birth.
Thomas Jefferson, chosen to represent the nation's growth.
Theodore Roosevelt, chosen to represent the nation's development.
And Abraham Lincoln, chosen to represent the nation's preservation.
Mount Rushmore attracts more than 2 million visitors annually to the Memorial Park, which covers 1,278 acres. The mountain's elevation is 5,725 feet above sea level.
400 workers sculpted the colossal carvings, which involved the use of dynamite, followed by the process of honeycombing, where workers drill holes close together, allowing small pieces to be removed by hand. In total, about 450,000 tonnes of rock were blasted off the mountainside.
In 1937, when the sculpture was not yet complete, a bill in Congress supporting the addition of women's rights activist Susan B. Anthony failed. When the sculpture was completed in 1941, the sculptors said that the remaining rock was not suitable for additional carvings.
Proposals of additional sculptures have been made, which include John F. Kennedy after his assassination in 1963 and Ronald Reagan in 1985.
Barack Obama was asked about his potential addition in 2008 and he joked that his ears were too large.
And lastly, Donald Trump has on occasion expressed interest in his own addition to the mountain.
As we move further away from Mount Rushmore via South Dakota Highway 385, it's a race to get to our next destination, Crazy Horse Memorial, with lots to see today, including the wildlife loop, where we will experience bison herds. The Crazy Horse Memorial is a mountain monument under construction on a privately held land in the Black Hills in Custer County, South Dakota, United States. It will depict the Ogallala Lakota warrior Crazy Horse riding a horse and pointing to his tribal land. The memorial was commissioned by Henry Standing Bear, a Lakota elder. The monument has been in progress since 1948 and is far from completion. Crazy Horse was a Native American war leader of the Ogallala Lakota. He took up arms against the US federal government to fight against encroachments on the territories and way of life of the Lakota people. His most famous actions against the US military was the Battle of the Little Bighorn in 1876. He surrendered to US troops under General George Crook in May 1877 and was fatally wounded by a military guard, allegedly while resisting imprisonment at Camp Robinson in present-day Nebraska.
The sculpture's final dimensions are planned to be 641 feet long and 560 feet high. The outstretched arm will be 263 feet long and the finger 29 feet long. The face of Crazy Horse, completed in 1998, is 87 feet or 27 metres high, and by comparison, the heads of the 4 US presidents of Mount Rushmore are each 60 feet or 18 metres high.
The Crazy Horse Memorial Master Plan includes the Mountain Carving Monument, a Native American Museum of North America and a Native American Cultural Centre. The monument is being carved out of Thunderhead Mountain on land considered sacred by some Ogallala Lakota between Custer and Hill City, roughly 17 miles from Mount Rushmore.
Construction site. So this is in South Dakota, Black Hills. So this was started in 1947. There's no planned end date. As you can see, they haven't gone too far with it. So they've got the face and they've got his finger right at the end of that point there, and then underneath the point is going to be the horse's head. So just to give you some bearing on how big this is going to be. The outstretched arm is going to be 263 feet or 80 metres long. The opening that you can see there under the arm is going to be 21 metres wide or 70 feet wide, 30 metres high or 100 feet high. That finger that you can see there is 29 feet, 9 metres long. So the face itself, it was completed in 1998, and it's as high as a 6-storey building. So this is to commemorate or immortalise the Indian warrior Crazy Horse. He was the leader of the Oglala Lakota. So he took up arms against the US government, and he was killed in the Battle of Little Bighorn. Sorry, he wasn't killed. He surrendered at the Battle of Little Bighorn. So yeah, this is an absolute engineering feat. You know, last time we were here and today, I mean, you can see a crane up there, but we saw, you know, huge D9L bulldozers up there, and they're doing this completely by explosive and for the finest stuff, jackhammer. So that's granite. So that's one of the hardest rocks. So there's a lot of work going into this. I don't think I'll be around when it's complete. It's a beautiful countryside around here, and we just caught the bus up to the base of the construction site. There's Michelle and Ed. So yeah, that's Crazy Horse. Absolutely crazy. We stayed in Custer in 2014 at the Chief Motel. This motel caters for bike riders and even provides towels to wipe your bike down every morning. I highly recommend a few drinks at the Gold Pan Saloon or the Bugling Bull Sports Bar, or if you're like me, both of them. Custer is the oldest town established by European Americans in the Black Hills. Gold was discovered east of Custer during the Black Hills expedition, conducted by the 7th Cavalry, led by Lieutenant Colonel George Custer, a discovery which initiated the Black Hills Gold Rush. Custer has had a smaller population and been less wealthy than the northern hills cities of Deadwood and Lead. In addition to gold, Custer and other cities base their economies on the extraction of industrial minerals, which is still important to the regional economy. Custer annually observes a Gold Discovery Days celebration and festivities over the last full weekend of July. This heritage tourism event celebrates the embezzlement of gold by the Custer expedition in nearby French Creek and the subsequent founding of the town. Custer's the southern gateway to the Black Hills region, and in itself is worth a visit. Very pretty little town.
Few truly wild places remain in the US. Custer State Park is one of them. Nearly 1,500 bison wander the park's 71,000 acres, which they share with elk, coyotes, mule deer, white-tailed deer, mountain goats, prairie dogs, bighorn sheep, river otters, pronghorn antelope, cougars, and a huge band of burros. Take the time to try and spot some prairie dogs. Funny little things, but they are quite nervous and will jump down their burrows. Well worth trying to find them though. Prairie dogs are a food source for many animals, including burrowing owls, hawks, coyotes, foxes, rattlesnakes, and endangered black-footed ferrets. Bison temperament is often unpredictable. They usually appear peaceful, unconcerned, or even lazy, but they may attack without warning or apparent reason. They can move at speeds up to 35 miles per hour and cover long distances at a lumbering gallop.
Their most obvious weapons are the horns borne by both males and females, but their massive heads can be used as battering rams, effectively using the momentum produced by what is a typical weight of 900 to 1200 kilograms or 2000 to 2700 pounds and moving at 30 miles per hour. The hind legs can also be used to kill or maim with devastating effect. In the words of early naturalists, they were dangerous, savage animals that feared no other animal and in prime condition could best any foe except for a brown bear or a pack of wolves.
When we first toured Yellowstone in 2012, a bison picked up a Harley with its horns and tossed it into the air, with the bike landing on its owner, killing him. And this year, a few weeks before our tour, a woman was gored by a bison in Yellowstone.
The rutting, or mating season, lasts from June through September, with peak activity in July and August. At this time, the older bulls rejoin the herd, and fights often take place between bulls. The herd exhibits much restlessness during breeding season. The animals are belligerent, unpredictable, and most dangerous at this time.
"36 bison were bought in 1914 to begin a herd in Custer State Park. It is estimated that the park can sustain about 1,500 bison. The park has an annual bison roundup as 400 to 500 calves are born each year. In each September, several hundred are sold at auction so that the remaining number of animals will be compatible with the rangeland forage. The annual roundups began in 1965 with the viewing crowd growing to 16,000 to 20,000 people. It involves 50 to 60 riders herding the animals over a 5-mile trail. The examinations include gathering biological information such as height, weight, and pregnancy checks. Calves are branded and vaccinated. Significant public bison herds are the Yellowstone Park, the Henry Mountains, the Wind Cave, the Wood Buffalo National Park, and this one, the Custer State Park.
goodbye to you and me. It was a long shot from the start. Fell in love too quickly, fell in love too hard, and I should have warned her about my rambling heart, but she was the only light in my dark. I wanna go where the mountains meet the sea. I wanna go where the tide's beneath my feet. I'll say goodbye to good old Tennessee. I'll say goodbye. I'll say goodbye to you and me. And I know it wasn't what you wanted in the end, and I know I'm to blame, and I can't pretend that I won't think about your heart down the road. This I know, this I know, 'cause I wanna go where mountains meet the sea, and I wanna go where the tide's beneath my feet. I'll say goodbye to good old Tennessee. I'll say goodbye.